Gentlemen, let me ask you a direct question. Do you ever wake up 2, 3, even 4 times a night just to use the bathroom? Do you notice that your stream feels weaker, or that no matter how long you stand there, your bladder never quite feels empty? If you're nodding your head right now, you are not alone. By the time men reach their 60s, nearly 7 out of 10 already struggle with prostate enlargement, often without even realizing it. And here's the truth that most men are never told. While medication and surgery are sometimes necessary, in many cases, 3 simple daily habits, natural, free, and backed by science, can protect your prostate, ease your symptoms, and help restore your sleep, energy, and confidence. I'm Dr. Thomas Carter. I've spent more than 30 years helping men age stronger, not weaker. And today, I want to give you 3 habits that can change the way your prostate ages. Stay with me, because at least one of these will surprise you, and it might just save you years of frustration. Before we dive into the habits, let's talk briefly about what's happening inside your body. The prostate is a small gland about the size of a walnut. It sits just below your bladder, wrapped around the tube that carries urine out of your body. For decades, you probably never gave it a second thought. But once you pass 60, changes in hormones, especially a shift in testosterone and its byproducts, trigger the prostate to grow. Doctors call this BPH, benign prostatic hyperplasia. By age 60, about 60% of men have it. By age 70, closer to 70%. Now, this growth isn't cancer, but it can squeeze the urethra like a clamp on a garden hose. Suddenly, your stream is weaker, it takes longer to start, and your bladder feels like it never empties. And worst of all, those repeated trips to the bathroom at night rob you of deep, healing sleep. But here's the good news. Studies from the Mayo Clinic, the National Institutes of Health, and universities around the world show that small daily habits, done consistently, can slow this process, reduce inflammation, and improve symptoms. Let's talk about the first one. Most men think they drink enough water. But in my office, when I ask about hydration, I hear the same pattern over and over. A man goes most of the day without much to drink, then, after dinner, he catches up by downing 1 or 2 big glasses of water. It seems responsible, but for your prostate, it's a disaster. Why? Because when you go too long without drinking, your urine becomes concentrated, dark, heavy, loaded with salts and irritants. That irritates your bladder and inflames your prostate. Then, when you chug water late in the evening, all you've done is guarantee multiple bathroom trips at night. Research in the Journal of Urology found that men who spread 2 to 3 liters of water evenly throughout the day had fewer urinary symptoms than men who drank less than 1.5 liters or who binge drank fluids late at night. I'll give you a real example. One of my patients, Robert, age 67, came to me utterly exhausted. He was waking up 5 times a night, thinking surgery was his only option. But his problem wasn't his prostate alone. It was his water schedule. We shifted his hydration earlier, 70% of his fluids before 6 p.m., and tapered off after dinner. Within weeks, he was waking only once a night. His wife told me, "You gave me my husband back." Here's your action step. Drink most of your water in the morning and afternoon. After dinner, just sip lightly. By doing this, you'll keep your prostate calm and your nights restful. Gentlemen, I want to pause and ask you something important. If you could fix just one thing about your nights right now, what would it be? Would you want fewer bathroom trips, a stronger stream, or simply the ability to sleep through without interruption? Type your answer in the comments below. I read them all, and your feedback helps me shape the next videos we create here on Healthhub. Now let's move to the second habit, and this one might surprise you. It's not a pill, it's not a supplement, it's walking after meals.
I know what you're thinking. Doc, how can something so ordinary protect my prostate? Let me tell you about Thomas, age 68. He came to me desperate. 5 to 6 bathroom trips a night, weak stream, fatigue all day. Medications had barely helped. I gave him one prescription, not a pill, but a practice. A 10 to 15-minute walk after lunch and dinner. 2 weeks later, he came back grinning. Doc, I'm down to twice a night. I feel like a new man. Here's why it works. Walking after meals improves circulation, delivering oxygen-rich blood to your pelvic region, including your prostate. Think of your prostate like an engine. If oil doesn't circulate, friction builds, heat rises, and damage sets in. Walking turns on the pump, reducing inflammation and keeping things flowing. But that's not all. Walking after meals lowers blood sugar. Poorly controlled blood sugar fuels inflammation, damages blood vessels, and speeds up prostate growth. A study in diabetes and metabolic syndrome confirmed that men with unstable glucose had worse urinary symptoms. And here's another benefit. Just 15 minutes of light walking after eating significantly lowers inflammatory markers throughout the body. Not just in your prostate, but in your heart, your joints, and even your brain. Your action step? After lunch and dinner, get up and move. You don't need speed. You don't need sweat. Just consistency. 10 to 15 minutes at a relaxed pace is enough. Our third habit is the most personal. It's about intimacy. For decades, doctors believed frequent ejaculation always benefited the prostate. A Harvard study of 30,000 men found that those with 21 or more ejaculations per month had a lower risk of prostate cancer. That study made headlines, and it was partly true. But here's what we've learned since. Not all forms of sexual activity are equal. Partnered intimacy and solo stimulation may both end with ejaculation, but their effects on your hormones, your stress, and your prostate are very different. When you share intimacy with a partner, your body releases oxytocin, the bonding hormone. Cortisol, the stress hormone, drops. Circulation improves. Your pelvic floor relaxes. All of this creates a healthier environment for your prostate. Solo activity, on the other hand, doesn't provide the same balance. When it becomes frequent and habitual, it can actually create pelvic floor tension and irritate the prostate. I'll give you an example. George, 72, came to me with worsening urgency and weak flow. His wife had passed years earlier, and he relied mainly on solo stimulation. It gave temporary relief, but no long-term benefit. When he entered a new relationship and focused on partnered intimacy along with pelvic floor relaxation, his urinary comfort improved, and so did his confidence as a man. Think of it this way. Partnered intimacy is like a full, nourishing meal. Solo is more like a snack. Nothing wrong with a snack, but it can't replace the nutrition of a meal. Your action step? If you have a partner, maintain intimacy. If you don't, talk with your doctor about pelvic floor exercises, safe therapies for circulation, and ways to keep emotional health strong. Your prostate thrives most in a balanced, connected life. Let's bring it all together. Your prostate may be small, but it plays a huge role in your health, your sleep, and your confidence. And you are not powerless. 3 daily habits can protect you after 60. Strategic hydration, drink most of your fluids before 6 p.m., taper off after dinner. Walking after meals, just 10 to 15 minutes after lunch and dinner reduces inflammation and stabilizes blood sugar. Quality intimacy. Focus on connection, relaxation, and circulation, not just numbers. Together, these habits form a shield around your prostate health. They protect your nights, restore your days, and preserve your dignity. Here's my challenge. Write these 3 habits on a note, put it on your bathroom mirror or your fridge, and commit to them for 2 weeks. Then come back and tell me in the comments what changed: your sleep, your energy, your confidence. Gentlemen, if today's video gave you hope, please give it a thumbs up. Share it with a friend who needs to hear this. And don't forget to subscribe to Healthhub, where we bring you trusted advice for living stronger, longer, and healthier. And remember, this video is for education, not prescription. Talk with your doctor before making changes. Every man's body is unique. I'm Dr. Thomas Carter. Thank you for spending this time with me. Stay strong, stay independent, and take care of your prostate because it's taking care of you.